Star Wars is home to some of the most iconic starships in sci-fi history. Some of them are so massive that they make the Star Destroyer look mid, and I'm not even exaggerating. In this video, we rank the top 10 biggest ships from Star Wars, starting from the smallest to the biggest. So stay till the end to see the biggest ones there are. Number 10, the Fulman Atrix. First up on this list, we have the Fulman Atrix. It was developed by the First Order as a type of craft to stay at a distance as part of a blockade or to act as a cover for a large-scale battle or a planetary-level invasion. If the Fulman Atrix were laid vertically, it would be like stacking 9 Burj Khalifas, the tallest building on Earth at 2,716 feet each, on top of one another. You can just imagine how huge that would be, and we're still at number 10. It was twice the size of the standard dreadnoughts that formed the bulk of the First Order's fleet. This immense scale allowed it to house 2 colossal orbital bombardment cannons on its hull, powerful enough to breach a planetary shield. The ship's final mission was during the Battle of Dakar, where it destroyed multiple Resistance bombers and focused its fire on the Resistance flagship, the Radis. However, a single bomber managed to bring down the Fulman Atrix in a dramatic chain reaction of explosions. Number 9, the Executor. Next up, we have the Executor, which belongs to the Star Dreadnought class. This ship has appeared several times in Marvel's Darth Vader comic during the 2010s and was named the Executor. It was used to lead the Death Squadron following the legendary Battle of Yavin led the attack on the Rebel Alliance's base during the Battle of Hoth. Despite its massive size, the ship still manages to hit 62 miles per hour and boasts a Class 1 hyperdrive rating. Ultimately, it served as the command ship in the Battle of Endor under Admiral Firmus Pite. The Executor met its end when a rogue Rebel A-Wing starfighter, piloted by Arvel Crynid, crashed into its bridge. This massive crash resulted in the Super Star Destroyer to lose power and end up crashing into the Death Star 2 in a suitably brutal finale to this infamous warship. The ship spans around 26,267 feet. You can also compare it to the Boeing 747, which is around 229 feet long, so you could line up approximately 270 of them nose to tail to match its length. Number 8, the Krakana. This one is my personal favorite. The Viscount class dreadnought, also known as the Krakana, is a massive warship designed to serve as a formidable flagship for the Galactic Republic and later the Imperial fleet. The Viscount class is one of the largest and most powerful warships in the galaxy. Its design is sleek yet intimidating, boasting a large central hull with twin-engine exhausts and extensive weapon systems. Even though it was not designed for battle, it was still equipped with powerful shields, turbo lasers, and ion cannons. The Krakana was pretty versatile in battle, functioning as both command ship and frontline heavy cruiser. Its unique design not only makes it visually striking, but also contributes to their agility and defensive capabilities in battle. These massive ships span around 55,775 feet and can be compared to the length of 50 football fields laid end to end. That's roughly the size of a large city block. Number 7, the Eclipse. On number 7, we have the Eclipse. This massive ship is also known as the Super Star Destroyer and was built by the Kuat Drive Yards. Just like the Sovereign-class ships, this ship was also recognized as the new generation of Super Star Destroyer. For those who were frustrated by Palpatine's poorly explained return in The Rise of Skywalker, the Legends universe at least offered some clarity. Before his death, the cunning Darth Sidious had already planned ahead, creating clones for himself to inhabit, some of which were even granted their own custom starships. One of these vessels was the Eclipse, which became Palpatine's flagship shortly after his apparent death in Return of the Jedi. This menacing ship was seen by many in the remnants of the Empire as a waste of resources. However, despite the criticism, Palpatine authorized the construction of a second Eclipse after the original was destroyed in a Force-intensive battle with Luke and Leia. The Eclipse is around 57,415 feet long and about 150 times longer than a standard football field, which is 300 feet. It could fit several football fields end to end around 90,000 feet and still have plenty of spare room. Number 6, the Vengeance. The Vengeance was a super sleek black Super Star Destroyer built by Kuat Drive Yards and served as the flagship of the Dark Jedi Jarek during the years surrounding the Battle of Endor. It was under the command of Captain Sisko. Notable for its distinctive black interior, the ship stood out from traditional Imperial Star Destroyers, embodying an air of dread and dominance. Commanded by Captain Sisko, the Vengeance played a crucial role during the turbulent period before and after the Battle of Endor. This imposing warship was not only a symbol of Jarek's dominance, but also a mobile fortress made to support his quest for control and the pursuit of Force-related relics. The ship's advanced weaponry and technological capabilities made it a significant threat to any who opposed Jarek's ambitions, further solidifying its reputation within the Imperial fleet. The Vengeance, a super star destroyer, was smaller than most colossal Imperial vessels, but it still dwarfed standard Imperial-class star destroyers, measuring around 62,336 feet in length. It was an imposing warship. Number 5. The Eye of Palpatine. We're halfway through the list, and you think these ships were huge? You guys ain't ready for the next ones. Another of Darth Sidious's notorious superweapons, the Eye of Palpatine was the flagship in Children of the Jedi, a novel by Barbara Hambly. The story delves into one of the Emperor's more ruthless plots during the era of the Galactic Empire. Upon discovering a Jedi child sanctuary in Belsavis, Palpatine deploys this massive ship in a failed attempt to annihilate them. The Eye of Palpatine's immense power is ultimately neutralized by the Jedi Callista, who, in a dramatic twist, transfers her life force into the vessel to shut down its systems. In terms of length, the Eye of Palpatine matches that of a Vengeance-class Star Dreadnought. Its unusual design, however, makes its width harder to define. It is also known to be the biggest, most dangerous, most secret vessel of them all, a super ship, a dreadnought, a battle moon, one the enemy wouldn't see coming until it was too late. The Eye of Palpatine is around 62,336 feet long and about 207 football fields laid out in a row. Number 4. The Supremacy. Next up, we have the Supremacy, which was mockingly referred to as Snoke's Boudoir, was a mega-class star dreadnought that functioned as both the flagship of Supreme Leader Snoke and the mobile capital of the First Order, operating from the unknown regions of the galaxy. Deceived and ultimately betrayed by his apprentice, Kylo Ren, Supreme Leader Snoke met his end when he is cut in half in his own throne room. This shocking turn of events paves the way for the iconic sequence where Ren and Rey join forces against Snoke's elite guards, creating one of the most memorable moments in The Last Jedi. Despite Snoke's brief presence as an antagonist, the grandeur of his flagship, the Supremacy, and the dramatic scenes within it remain standout elements of Andy Serkis's portrayal of the enigmatic leader. The Supremacy had a colossal wingspan of 196,850 feet and a length of 42,650 feet. These proportions made the Supremacy the largest capital ship in galactic history. To put that in perspective, it's about 2 times the length of the entire island of Manhattan in New York City, which is about 13.4 miles long. Number 3. The Banu Ras world ship. The Banu Ras was one of the oldest world ships in the Yuuzhan Vong fleet to survive their journey from the galaxy to the known galaxy. During the Yuuzhan Vong War, the Banu Ras was positioned in orbit around Mirkor, where it was repurposed as a cloning facility for creating the deadly Voxen. However, the world ship was critically damaged by the Mirkor strike team and was abandoned shortly after the mission. Despite its damage, the wreckage of the Banu Ras remained in orbit around Mirkor, lifeless and exposed to the vacuum of space. In 40 ABY, Jason Solo and Tahiri Vela visited the decaying Hulk, and from the remnants of the Grishal that had once housed the Voxen facility, the 2 Jedi used flow walking to travel back in time to witness the events of the strike team's mission. It was mainly used for travel and colonization, but was designed to enclose a whole ecosystem. It spanned around 400,000 feet and about 131 times the height of Mount Everest, which stands at around 29,032 feet. Number 2. DS1 Death Star Mobile Battle Station. The DS1 Death Star Mobile Battle Station, also known as the Death Star, was the Galactic Empire's most deadly weapon. Capable of destroying entire planets with a single blast from its super laser, the Death Star, designed as a moon-sized space station, was conceived as the ultimate emblem of Imperial power, combining great destructive capabilities with the strength of a massive combat station. Station. The tale of who constructed the Death Star, how the plans were stolen, and how they were delivered to the Rebel Alliance forms the core of Rogue One. The events in the movie take place just moments before the original Star Wars begins chronologically. Although the Rebel Alliance couldn't prevent the Empire from using the Death Star to destroy Alderaan, Mon Mothma and her brave team of X-Wing pilots used the stolen plans to orchestrate a successful strike, preventing Yavin from becoming the next target. In feet, the ship spans about 524,934 feet across and is about 63,000 times the height of the Empire State Building. Number 1. The Centerpoint Station. The biggest ship to feature on this list is the Centerpoint Station. Even though I'm not sure if you can even call it a ship, we still included it on here. Centerpoint Station, also known as Kolara Lock, or the World Puller by the Kiliks, and referred to as Sea Point by members of the Executive Secretariat, was an ancient space station with the power to move entire planets using its powerful tractor beams. Created by the Thurut Hive around 100,000 BBY, it stands as one of the oldest known artifacts to the Jedi during the Yuuzhan Vong War era. It is believed that the now extinct Kilik race constructed Centerpoint Station at the request of a mysterious group known as the Celestials. The Celestials utilized the station to shape the entire Corellian star system and create the Maw Black Hole. Centerpoint Station remains operational, occasionally making appearances in various Star Wars media. It is situated between the twin planets of Talos and Tralis. With a width of about 328,084 feet and a length of roughly 1,148,291 feet, Centerpoint Station was significantly larger than the first Death Star. To put that into perspective, it would be like comparing a skyscraper the size of the Empire State Building to a football field. This station would be about 23 times longer than the tallest building in the world. If you liked the video, you can now watch this other cool video that appears on your screen. Click on it to see it.